What you're about to see is something I've poured literally hundreds of hours of work into. It is, in my opinion, the single most difficult and most impressive thing I've ever created. It's an expository speech I created for speech and debate this year, and it did quite well. I won 2 tournaments with it, qualified for nationals, and ended up breaking to semifinals there. I placed 16th overall in the entire nation, so not bad. But I've talked too long. Without further ado, let me present How to Think Like a Magician, an original expository by Josiah Gunther. An empty box and a wand. The stage is set. Let the show begin. Every great magic trick consists of 3 parts or acts. The first is called the pledge. The magician shows something ordinary, a deck of cards, a bird, or a man. The second is called the turn. The magician takes this something ordinary and makes do something extraordinary. Now, you're looking for the secret, but you won't find it. Because, of course, you're not really looking. You don't really want to know. You want to be fooled. But you wouldn't clap yet. Because making something disappear isn't enough. You have to bring it back. That's where every magic trick has a third act. The hardest part. The part we call the prestige. A quote from the movie The Prestige. Magic! Last year, for my 13th birthday, I went to a magic show. It blew my mind. But it wasn't just the tricks. It was how they were more than just tricks. Today, I'd like to share with you a small bit of the wonder and amazement I received there. Today, I'd like to show you how to better experience the amazing world God has created by thinking like a magician, living in a land of wonder. I will do this through the 3 parts of a magic trick. First, the pledge. What is magic? Second, the turn. How magic has changed me. And finally, the prestige. How to think like a magician. By the way, this box is totally unimportant, so please pay no attention to it. First, the pledge. So, what is magic? Some people, when they think of magic, think of that mediocre card trick their friends showed them. Others may think of David Copperfield, vanishing the Statue of Liberty. Maybe think of a guy pulling a rabbit out of a top hat. But is any of that what magic really is? Is it merely simple tricks? No, there's more to good magic than merely tricking people. Roberto Giobbi, the famous card magician, defines magic as the theatrical art of wonder, obtained through complex means using natural science, psychology, drama, script puzzles, and dexterity. It is the art of wonder. The purpose of magic is not to use illusions to trick people. It's to use illusions to bring them wonder. Art has many purposes, but for me at least, the thing I love best about great art, about beauty, is the sense of wonder it gives me. And that's what magic is all about. Through the art of lies, you experience true wonder. Great magic makes you feel like a little kid again, just for a moment. It brings you back to that state you used to live in, that state of wonder. The time when everything was impossible, and so anything was possible. And that's why I first started to really get into magic, to bring people wonder. Which leads me to the turn. How magic has changed me. A year ago, I was just another ordinary person. Muggle. I lived a normal life. And then came the fateful day. It was in July of 2023 that a friend showed me a card trick. Oh, frick. Showed me a card trick. That was how it began. 6 months later, in December, I learned my first card trick. It was a simple self-working trick from a YouTube video. It was rather boring, actually. But I thought it was amazing. So, of course, I learned another, and another, and another, and another. I learned a lot of tricks. Pause. I briefly interrupted the rolling performance to provide some quick explanation. You see, it may seem like some of the tricks I'm about to show you can't possibly be done, unless I have some kind of duplicate card or something. So at this point, I normally have you sign this card to make it totally unique so there's no way I could have any duplicates. But by still rules, I'm not allowed to do that. It would be audience interaction. So I'm just generating some random numbers on this die to write on the card to make it totally unique so there really is no way it can have any duplicates. And yes, I do promise these numbers really are completely random. This card really is totally unique. There's no card like it in the entire world. Much less in the speech. Unpause. But that's time. I hadn't yet realized the true purpose of magic. I thought of it simply as a way to impress my friends and family. I thought of magic tricks as, well, only that. Tricks. And then I went to a magic show called Waypoint. It changed my view on magic because it's what inspired me to write the speech in the first place. In it's the magician, Danny Ray, showed me how he uses magic as his waypoints to wonder. And then he told me to find my waypoint. He reminded me of something I'd forgotten, the importance of wonder. And that's when I realized I've been approaching magic the wrong way. I was trying to make myself seem cool. And oh, frick. Trying to make myself seem cool and smart. Not to give my audience an experience of wonder. And that's when I really began to love magic. I realized the reward in it isn't the ability to trick people. It's the ability to blow their minds. Through magic, I have gone from an ordinary person to a person with tricks up my sleeve. But in my journey through magic, I've not only learned the purpose of magic, but also how to create magic. Which leads me to the final part. The prestige. How to think like a magician. But what does that mean? How does a magician think? Well, as I was reading a magic book called The Books of Wonder by Tommy Wonder, I found the author's approach to creating magic very interesting. You see, he doesn't start by thinking about what he can do, and then what he wants to do. He starts by thinking about what he's creating and why he's creating it before he lets himself get bothered by how he's going to do any of it. He doesn't let himself get bogged down with reality. Instead, when he's creating magic, he exists in a realm without limits. A place where anything can happen. A land of wonder. And then he merges that world with our worlds. By living in that marvelous place, he's able to show others how they are already living in it. And that is what I mean by thinking like a magician. Living in a land of wonder. Seeing the impossibility before the method. The magic before the trick. Appreciating wonder in the ordinary by seeing the extraordinary. When you see a magic trick, you have a choice. You could treat it like I did, as a trick, to be figured out. Or you can appreciate it for what it can be. Magic. It's your choice. And this isn't only true during magic. Every day you have a choice. Do you want to feel wonder? The reason magic exists is because the answer to this question is often no. People forget that they need wonder. People forget the way they used to live when they were children. People need magic to awaken them to astonishment. Isn't it strange that we think it might be finding a card is incredible? Yes, aren't impressed at a flower budding, at grass growing, at the sun rising. As G.K. Chesterton once put it, the world will never starve for want of wonders, but only for want of wonder. So instead of living in this apathetic state of unamazement, think like a magician. Don't think of the world as a trick to be figured out. Choose wonder. When you see a coin, don't think of it as a meaningless bit of metal. Think of the place it's been, the people felt it, the things it's capable of. Think of it as an object of wonder. When I see a coin, I don't see a chip of money. I see an object to vanish. So as you go through your daily life, don't let the practicalities overrun you. Don't let yourself get bogged down with reality. Instead, see the world for the wondrous thing it is. See the impossibilities, the unanswered questions, the magic tricks of everyday life, and marvel at them. Pledge to see the ordinary. turn it into something extraordinary and give it the prestige it deserves. Our world is full of magic. It can be found anywhere, from the clouds in the sky to a bee in a flower to this totally unimportant box. God has given us an amazing world. Glorify Him by being amazed by it. See the world the way a child sees it. Wonder in everything. Think the way a magician thinks. Because our world, just like a magic trick, is full of the most wonderful surprises. Thank you. Well, there you have it. That's my Expos. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't think you know just how many hours I've spent practicing that. But, anyway, comment below if you want me to post more videos of other speeches I've created, and until next time.